are you? I am going to try to set this up and see if I can get it going. Give me 1 second if you're there. If you guys are watching this, can one of you chat in the message if you are using the Google On Air? I am kind of new to this. Hey, team. You would just click the chat button, and then we're going to kind of get started. I'm excited. I love this team. All right, so today is December 1st, and I am pretty sure you guys don't want to see my beautiful face, so instead I am going to do a screen share because I have a PowerPoint set up for tonight, because my job tonight is to really give you all of the information you need to really have a powerful and wonderful end of the year, end of 2014. I know me personally, I am ready to say goodbye to 2014 and say hello to 2015. So I have so much to go over with you and to talk to you about. But before I get into all of that, I just want to tell you all thank you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being a part of this team. Thank you so much for all that you do to help other people, because you are making an impact. And I know that there are days that sometimes you feel like you're just spinning wheels and you're not really sure if people are listening to you, and you're not really sure if you're making an impact. You are truly making an impact in the world and with people, and you matter, and what you're bringing to the team matters. So you know, tonight it's all about you guys. It's all about sharing with you what I think you guys are doing awesome and tips that I can give you. So I am going to give you some tips and strategies and kind of go from there. So let's see if I can see this. All right, I'm hoping you can see this screen. All right. Okay, guys, so tonight, you know, tomorrow is going to be a huge day. It's going to be very comparable to the 21-day fix, I would absolutely say. And it is all about maxing out, right? So Insanity Max 30 comes out tomorrow. You know that this program has been talked about. You know that this program is going to be big. I mean, look at Insanity. I remember when it first came out, and seeing the infomercials for it and knowing immediately, man, those transformations are awesome. They don't look photoshopped. They're doing it, and they're not working out in a gym, and they're doing it at home. And think about all those people who are watching those kind of infomercials and thinking the same thing. But this time, it's going to also impact the people who say, Insanity was really hard, and this allows for modification. So tonight I'm going to give you some of the information that I have about maxing out, and really how to bring in the new year with a bang. I'm also going to be talking to you a little bit about how you can plan out December. But as I said in the beginning, I think congratulations are in order because as of 2 weeks ago, we officially became a 9-star qualifying team. So what does that mean? And for those of you who are new to the team, welcome. And for those of you who have no idea what I'm talking about, it basically means that we are a team that develops leaders who are creating successful businesses and who are creating a system of duplication to provide to their teams. So what we're doing is working, and it's all about that power of consistency, and it's all about the power of duplication. So I just really want to shout you guys out because I truly feel like this is a 100% team effort, and you are a big, big part of that. So announcements, if you have your planner out and you're trying to think, okay, what do I have going on in December? What are the options that I have? What is open to me? The first thing that I want to tell you about is called the 25 to Thrive group. 25 to Thrive is an idea that Kirsten and I came up with sort of together. And Kirsten is a 5-star qualifying elite coach. And we decided, you know, during the holiday season, everybody's kind of busy and a lot of people aren't thinking about beginning a successful business with Beachbody during 2 of the hardest months of the year. So we decided what people really needed was just a breakdown and just coaching at its very bare bones, at its basics, what we do, how we do it, without really getting into specifics and without getting into a lot of detail. So we have had quite a good turnout with our November 25 to Thrive, and we're going to be doing that again this month. We officially begin on Thursday, but we will be doing a call with the new members of the 25 to Thrive on Wednesday. If you or anyone in your downline that would like to participate, you know, reach out to myself or Kirsten and let us know. The other thing that's going on in the KB is we have a Coach Max 30 group that's going to begin Monday, December 8th. So if you are purchasing Max 30, which I am pretty sure most of you are, and if you are a little bit hesitant about Max 30, remember that you speak from experience. You are a product of the product, and if you are doing Max 30, you know, your customers are going to be seeing you do that as well. The Beta Max 30 group that I am running for my customers is actually going to begin as well on December 8th. And I'm going to share with you how I just kind of invited people to that and some of the success that I've had with inviting so far. And the last opportunity, and there is a small typo on this, is that on Monday, December 8th, that should read, myself and 2 other elite coaches are going to be running a group called Emerging Leaders. This is not a push group. This is a specific group that is meant for people who really want to build their business, but they aren't on a time crunch and they don't necessarily need the pressure of building to a specific rank by a specific date. This is really for people who really want to learn more about how to grow a stable and solid business. So if you are someone who is interested in this Emerging Leaders group, I really need you to message me, or if you are a diamond coach and you have somebody in your downline who you think would be a good fit for this group, I am actually going to be working on this later in the week. I am going to be taking 10 people from the Knockout Brigade, and whether they're my personally sponsored or somebody else on the team, this is an awesome opportunity for you. So it is for anyone who is not yet achieved diamond rank. It is for any members of the Knockout Brigade who are not at a diamond rank or above yet. All right. Shout outs are definitely in order. I have to tell you that last night on the last day of the month, I had serious Jessie Spano excitement. As you guys know, when you saw my post, last night. It was insane what I saw you guys doing at the end of the month. Okay, so let's actually take that back a minute, right? Think about that. You know, you were pushing really hard for this goal. And a lot of us, it came down to the wire. It came down to those last couple minutes, those last couple opportunities, you know, that one extra person that you invited. It just came down to like asking those few people that you got uncomfortable with or thought would say no to you right away. And so many of you met that goal. So just a few short days ago, this Success Club Superstars list was not where it is now for sure. And I am thrilled for you and so proud of you for pushing to your max and really going outside your comfort zone and saying, you know what? I am going to meet this goal and I am going to do it no matter what. And so huge shout out to you. Also, if you notice, Allison Hall, I have got to shout you out, girl, because you are doing something. And if you want to throw some tips and strategies out there into the Knockout Brigade, that would be awesome. You nailed it this week at over 1,400 personal volume and 21 Success Club points this month. Congrats to you, girl. That is awesome. You know, and really in thinking about this month and giving you guys some feedback about it, it is so hard sometimes when we are pushing for something and, you know, we really want to achieve it and we can feel it and it's right there and we couldn't push any further. And think about that month. Think about where you were last night when you were either pushing for a goal or kind of getting comfortable and the emotion that is connected to that. How did you feel? You know, for some of you, I remember talking to you and you saying, I will never, ever again wait until the last day of the month to hit Success Club. You know, I talked to other members on the team who were just mad at themselves. Like they said, you know, I know that I could have worked harder at the beginning of the month. And I knew that this was a goal that wasn't going to be achieved. And it's really hard sometimes to have that honest reflection with yourself. But reflection is a huge part of this business. It's a huge part of what we do as coaches because it makes us better. Sometimes that honest truth with ourselves is difficult and it's hard to actually say what we did wrong and what we could have improved on and what we could have done better. But when we have those honest conversations with ourselves, there's room for growth. And every month, at the end of the month, I do that. I look and see, you know, where did I meet my goals? Where did I fall short? What are some things that I need to improve on to help my business grow, to help my team grow? What are things that need to change? You know, I look at even this call that we're doing tonight and this YouTube hangout that you guys said, this is the best way that we can do it. And I knew that it was time. I knew that it was really important that you guys see how good you are doing on this Knockout Brigade and how big you are on this team. And it's so important to see that and to know your part and to know that you have a huge impact on this team environment. So in going forward into December, have that mindset, you know, think about what did I do well in November? What really worked for me? And also what didn't work for me? And know that in December, you can make adjustments and create an environment for success. So here's, I know what we all kind of want to talk about, right? And I'm going to give you what I know. And that's Max 30, right? So we know that it is coming. It's available tomorrow. I know that I will be getting my hands on it right away. But there's a couple things that I want to make sure that you know. And the first thing is that it's actually released to Team Beachbody exclusively first. So some of you know, some of you don't know this, but there's two parts of Beachbody. There's Team Beachbody and then there's Beachbody. Team Beachbody is our coaching network. We are all a part of Team Beachbody. Beachbody is its own entity. It is basically where the company brings in sales that are not associated with coaches. So the fact that it is being released first to Team Beachbody means that everybody is ordering through a coach first. So this is a great opportunity for you to think about, well, how can I say that in my post? How can I let people know that this is exclusive through me for an entire week before anybody else can get their hands on it, before it's available to the public? All right, so it's going on sale tomorrow. It is estimated that it will go on sale around 8 a.m. Pacific time. So that is what, 11 a.m. Eastern time. And here's how it's going to work. We believe it's going to be, it's going to go sort of in an order. So the first way that you can actually get it is as a challenge pack for a customer. So it's going to go in order. It's going to go first for a challenge pack as a customer, and then a challenge pack for a coach sign up. And then it's going to be available as a challenge pack and a base kit. Then it's going to be available as a base kit. So it's going to go in a certain order. So they release it, instead of releasing it all at one time, it's going to be kind of released in these waves, so to speak. Now, that's not to say that they will do it this way for sure. They always make adjustments. There's always changes that sort of come up. So my suggestion to you is kind of just to check in, see what is where they are with the orders, when the sites go live. I know that myself, I know Sarah Corey also mentioned it too. I'm going to be around tomorrow. This is a big part of my day tomorrow. So I will be posting and keeping you guys updated within the Knockout Brigade on all of this information. Just so you guys know too, there are two specific types of kits. The base kit is the one that is sold specifically with the challenge pack. And then it also will come, because you're a coach, all of your customers who order this base kit or this, this challenge pack or this base kit, they're actually also going to get a coach exclusive gift. And that's what you see in the upper right-hand corner called Sweat Fest. It's another workout by Shaun T. It's 30 minutes. I really don't know the specifics too much of that workout, but that's another avenue that you can talk about with your customers. You're sending them a free gift simply by placing an order with you. The deluxe kit, please notice that they have containers. That means that the meal planner that is provided with Max 30 is going to be fixed friendly. So they will have pictures within the meal planner that show what containers you can eat with, the certain recipes that are provided in that. And another thing that they're putting in there, which I thought was really good, is Shaun T really took into consideration how many people say it's so hard to eat clean when you're on the go, when you're busy, when you have a lot on your plate. It's really prep and meal plan. So he actually created a like a recipe guide for those people who are on the go and who are busy. So that's also in there. And that's another part that you can really work into your post too. The deluxe kit has some extra things aside from the containers. You get a Shakeology cup. I think there's a yoga mat in there. Double check the specifics. Go to your coach FAQ if you have other specific questions as well. And the other picture, just to show you, these are the free gifts, because I'm not going to lie, Team Beachbody, they spoil us. Have you guys noticed the cool swag that you get simply by hitting Success Club every month? Like this month, I think we're getting a Dave Ramsey book. And next month they are giving us some towels, and I think that's a headband. I didn't look that closely. It might be an armband. I'll probably wear them around my head because you know how I like my headbands. But that's pretty neat that you are going to get that when you hit Success Club. And it's not an if, it's your when. So what do I do, Katie? How am I going to make sure that I am maximizing Max 30? And I love Max 30 because I can play with these words as much as I want. If you saw my post, you know what I mean. But all right, so you want to make sure that you are determining your game plan. What are you going to invite people to? When is this group going to start? And are you going to make sure you set that date and keep yourself accountable to making sure that you have 5 or 10 people within that group? Create the action plan. Think about how you're going to implement it and then put it forward. I myself am starting my groups on December 8th. So orders are being placed immediately so that we can start right away when everybody gets their kits. Other coaches in the brigade have talked about waiting until about 1 week or 2 weeks in after the sale starts. Whatever that action plan is, set it and then implement it. Put the action in order to make it happen. The last thing I wanted to actually talk to you about specifically with Max 30 is when you are signing people up. So I had this idea from Danielle Engel, and she is a rock star coach. She is awesome at truly getting people on board with recruitment, and she is great. And you know what she said to me? I said, Danielle, how do you do it? How do you enroll all these people? I look in my downline and there you are, like sponsorship drill down. How do you do it? And she said, and it was so simple the way that she worded it. She said to me, Katie, I feel like I am almost doing them a disservice if I don't tell them about the discount. And I didn't really look at it that way, but she basically said, I say to them, you can sign up as a preferred customer or as a customer. If you're signing as a preferred customer, you get a 25% discount and you have a $15 a month fee to pay in order to receive that discount. Or you can sign as a customer and just pay the retail price. That's it. I mean, that's the basics. So what I am doing this month for Max 30 is I am offering that to them up front, telling them that they have that option available to them if that's the way that they want to go, and letting them know, when people are signing as preferred customers, if you think about it, they're in it for the long haul, right? If you know their goals and you know their why and you know what they need to do, a lot of them aren't in it just because they want to do a quick program and then be done. And then, their health and they're fit forever. It doesn't really work like that. If they really want to be successful, I mean, if you're giving them that preferred customer discount from the get-go, they are just going to keep rolling on as your challengers. And consider them just that. They are preferred customers. They get the VIP treatment. So if you have groups, if you have coach groups, if you have customer groups, they should be the ones who get first dibs. Don't think of them as coaches unless they want to take on that coach role. So I have to definitely thank Danielle for that idea because I thought it was killer. I thought it was a great one. Okay. I have been getting this question a lot. But seriously, Katie, how are you doing it? Like, how do you just make it happen, right? So I say it to you like I'm a product of the product. I, drink my Shakeology daily. I do my posts. I read personal development and I invite, right? So why is it that some people in the Beachbody business are really successful and other people just aren't? And I've been really stewing on this and really, really thinking about it because I just don't think I'm doing anything out of the ordinary. I don't think I'm doing anything special. I am truly just doing things consistently. But I thought to myself, what am I really doing my team a justice? Am I showing them enough of how I think before I act? How I really go through sort of a day before I actually do it. So I think so many times as a coach, I don't really think it through. I just sort of do it. And so tonight, what I kind of want to do is just break it down for you. And just a little background, right? So for those of you who are new to the team, this year has been extremely trying for myself and my family. I have just completed 12 rounds of chemotherapy for stage 4 Hodgkin's lymphoma. And throughout that time period, I continued to work my Beachbody business. I didn't necessarily work it full time. I worked it part time because of when I would be down for the count or when I knew that I couldn't work. But over that time period, I was able to make it grow. I looked at my projections and I noticed that I have had a 300% growth this year alone. And that is with everything that I've had going on. That is with everything that has been on my plate and that I've been handling. So what I'm going to tell you, I hope you get something from it. And it helps you think about your posts and your business and your actions. But there's nothing that separates me from anybody. There is nothing, there is no reason why everybody in the Knockout Brigade can't meet their goals, can't achieve their goals. We can all be successful in this business. But the first thing you need to know is that you need to believe it. Because if you start doubting it, and just like with Success Club last night, if there was any seed of doubt, you weren't going to do it. But if you knew in your gut 100%, I am doing this, there is no doubt in my mind, I did 110%, you do it. It is amazing what that power of belief brings. All right, so what do I do? How do I make it work? First of all, I know that a lot of us work full time, right? I know that we have a lot on our plate. We have kids who are sick. We have jobs full time. We have parents that we need to take care of. There is a list of things that go on and on and on that are going in our lives, right? But we can simplify it. It is just a matter of focusing. And I know that I've posted this picture here before. I know that I've talked about the Power Hour before, about what the Power Hour looks like, about how I really use it in my business. And if you just take a look at this Power Hour, you're not going to see anything that is unfamiliar to you. But perhaps there's just a couple things in there that you can say, you know what, I do not do this enough. I could do this more. And this is going to be like the silliest thing, but when I see my business slow down, when I see things that I am not giving 100% to, or that I notice that I'm struggling with, you know what it always comes down to for me is the invite. You know, I still to this day have to go out and invite new people. It is not a matter of just saying, people are going to come to me. They're going to find me. I'm posting about insanity. So they're going to see it and they're going to come to me. It doesn't work that way. An invite is just that. Sometimes people really need to feel like you want them there. And I really want to make sure that we understand that it's never an insult to invite someone. You know, sometimes we put on this guard, like, I can't invite her. Like, what if she says no? Or what if she says yes? And I think that a lot of times we build up in our heads, like, I can't invite because I'm scared. I'm scared of what they're going to say. I'm scared of what they're going to think. But what if that person is truly honored by the fact that you invite them because they think it's something so exclusive that they have to receive an invite to it? Please do not assume that people are going to come to you. When you're posting about health and fitness, honestly, it makes people sometimes feel insecure. And you're not doing that on purpose. You're just sometimes channeling some insecurities that people have. And the idea of actually confronting somebody who seems to have all the answers can be really, really scary. So take you out of the picture for a second and put yourself in somebody else's shoes, how somebody else is feeling about the idea of getting healthy. So what are some of the posts that I do to try to keep it consistent, but kind of give a little bit of variety? I always challenge my coaches to go onto their own wall, or if they're working with a success partner, to go onto their success partner's wall and look and scroll through your personal wall on Facebook and see, you know, am I giving too much Beachbody? Do I have a ton of pictures of Shaun T, but like no pictures of me? Am I somebody who adds variety? Am I somebody who is always offering? You know, is my wall a place that people want to come back to? So here are some of the tips that I have specifically that have worked for me that I try to implement to make it easy. So if you are someone that works and you work really well on a schedule, or you know exactly what you need to do, make a schedule for yourself, right? So every Thursday, know you have to do throwback. Every Friday, know you're going to do a flex picture. Every Monday, know you're going to do a motivational quote or whatever. Wednesdays, sometimes I do Warrior Wednesdays on my like page, but I also like to think of it as Weirdo Wednesday, where I just post weird stuff because I'm kind of weird like that. So, but that's the people that I attract. They're kind of weirdos, and I don't know what you're thinking when you're on this call, because you're like, thanks, Katie, you think I'm a weirdo. But variety is the spice. That's what you want to look for. So one of the biggest tips that has worked for me this year is that I took people on the journey with me throughout my treatments and throughout what I was going through. And the biggest thing that I gave them was that I was sweating for something bigger. There was a bigger purpose as to why I was working out. It wasn't because I was trying to get a six-pack or lose weight or try to live up to some ideal image that I wasn't ever going to be. It really was about telling them what was happening in my life. And if there's one thing I've learned about the success that I've had this year, is that I've become a storyteller. So let me take you back to when I was teaching, right? I taught 7th grade reading. Loved it. The kids were silly. They were crazy. They were awesome though. And I loved teaching. But there was one lesson that I did every year that I really, really looked forward to. And that was, I would read to them the true story of the 3 little pigs. And yeah, I'm talking about 7th graders. I would bring out this children's book, and it was colored and it was, you know, visual. And I remember those kids being so engaged with that story. 7th graders, you know, and everything that they have going on in their lives. They just wanted to hear the true story of Alexander T. Wolf and the true story of how he actually earned the title, the Big Bad Wolf. They all knew the story of the Big Bad Wolf, but what was it about the story that they were engaged in? And it wasn't so much the story, it was somebody was telling them a story. You know, it doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter if you're a kid or you're an adult. People love stories. Become a storyteller. One of the most well-received posts I have is the one that you see here. And it's a picture of me at the car. And it was truly one of those moments that I documented and just told people about. And I know some of you are thinking, Katie, I don't know what my story is. Sometimes your stories come from the smallest little bits of information, or just watching your kids play, or, you know, sitting at your desk at the office and realizing things, you know, that you've had or seen, or people who have impacted your life. The smallest things can become the biggest story. And in this case, in the picture that you see, I'm sitting in my car. I was driving to my sister's. It was nothing out of the ordinary. It was just a regular day. And all of a sudden, you know, I put the windows down and my hair was blowing in the breeze. And the significance of that isn't that my hair was blowing in the breeze. It was that it was for the first time in months I had put the windows down, because I no longer had the fear of my hair falling out. That story was seen by hundreds of people. It was shared over and over again because people love a story. It didn't really have anything to do with cancer. It really just had to do about a story. I want you to challenge yourself to look at your wall and say, do I have a story? Does something catch people's eye? So here are some posts that I have had some feedback about that I want to talk to you guys about. Sample posts become consistent. People go to your wall for a specific reason because of who you are, not what you sell. I'm going to say that again. People go to your wall because of who you are, not what you sell. Be you. You are the person that they are investing in. They are not investing in Shakeology. They are investing in you. So what do people do when they're ready to make an investment in you? They watch you. They want to see what you are and what you bring to the table. So you need to be a part of it. And I highly, highly suggest you be public on your wall. You friend request new people. You go into groups that you have a common interest in, and you meet people and talk to people. All right, so that when they come to your wall, what will they consistently see? So write that down tonight and ask yourself that question. When people come to my wall, what do they see? Here are some things that people see when they go to my wall. They're going to see healthy foods, healthy recipes. I have used a lot successfully. I refuse hashtag. Basically, it was just through the holidays, I refuse to gain weight. I refuse to be the person that puts on the pounds or doesn't work out or waits till January. And I used that hashtag over and over, and I noticed a following of people who were interested in the I refuse hashtag. I post almost every morning. I rarely miss a morning. Around 6:30, 7 o'clock, you're going to see a post-workout picture of me that I have with a quote of some sort and something that inspires people to get moving. Now, with that, when I was working full time, what I actually did was I would take the picture that morning, but I would actually use the previous day's picture in my post. So at some point when I had a little bit more time in the morning, I would actually have my workout from the day before be my post for that day, if that makes sense. So that I had a little bit more time to work out. Yes, I was still working out. It was just a picture from the previous day. I noticed a lot of people were talking about Small Business Saturday, and instead of just saying, I want to thank you for, the business that you've provided, and, here you can order from my site and provide, or be a customer of mine. Instead of doing that, I decided that I was going to explain why people should come to my site and order from my site. And this is what I said. Did you know that when I was diagnosed with cancer, I lost my healthcare benefits that same month? I had extended my maternity leave through the spring in hopes that Mike and I could get by on my coaching business for a little while longer. We picked up Mike's benefits as well as the much heavier tab. I remember thinking, who in the world would want me as a coach when I am sick, bald, and everything but the image of health? You did. And because of you, I have been able to retire from the classroom and support people through the use of social media. Today, I want to personally thank all of my customers and coaches who have supported the business. Whether you have purchased through my site, joined my growing team, the Knockout Brigade, or simply supported me on my journey, I want to take this time to thank you. Thank you especially to my challengers who have invested in their own health and invited me on the journey. I truly am grateful. For every purchase now through December 2nd, I will send you a personal gift as well as a donation to the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, an organization very dear to my heart. So I gave them a snippet of why I was thankful. I didn't just say I am thankful. I wanted them to understand the impact they were having on my life. And I did have quite a few Black Friday orders after that, or Small Business Saturday orders after that was done. The other thing is people come to my wall consistently because they know that I'm weird and they know that I'm a goofball. So you will see pictures of me making silly faces. I was talking about Nick Jonas, which I really think we need to talk about, outside of this call, because I don't know where that came from. And he is extremely good looking, but that's beside the point. Okay, and then this I just wanted to tell you about. I noticed that sometimes whenever I get bored, and I was the same way with my classroom, if I had been teaching something consistently year after year, I needed to change it up. I needed to kind of do something a little bit different. So what I decided to do last month was actually promote consistently this 21 days of gratitude. So it's very much like a 21-day group. So November and December, I run short groups, except for max 30. But I run short groups because people are not necessarily looking for something long-term through the holidays. They want short, they want quick, they want to shred pounds fast. But the one thing I noticed is that on my like page, I was having this tremendous growth with my 30 days of gratitude. And people were really going to my wall consistently, or my like page consistently, because they wanted to see my 30 days of gratitude. So I decided to create a challenge group from that. And what I did was I added the element of blessings into the group. So it was, I believe what I said was, it was for health, fitness, and all the blessings in between. And the focus of this 21 days of gratitude group is, yes, of course, the workouts and the Shakeology, and you have to post every day within the group. But on top of that, you also have to post about things you're grateful for. And my challengers also had to purchase a journal of sorts, like at Walmart or the dollar store if they had one on hand, and we're journaling every night, and we're talking about the things that we're journaling, the habits that we're having. So a lot of people are noticing things like, I got an email today that said, the woman said, I noticed because of my journal that I'm eating at night, every night at 10 o'clock, and there's something about 10 o'clock that I feel the need to snack. And journaling is really not just about, the how you feel and your emotions. It's connecting, your struggles to why you don't work out. It's connecting, why you feel like you eat when you shouldn't eat, or why you struggle with weight. So it's a very unique group. It is a very interactive group. It's a group that I read some of their posts and I feel amazing afterwards. And I needed that. I really needed to change it up a little bit. So the curriculum is being written right now. Participants in that group are all doing Shakeology on HD. Some of them are doing a Beachbody workout, but it was not required. Most of them, though, are doing PYO. So it was a different way of advertising. It was definitely a different way of thinking. But I do encourage you, if you feel like, Katie, I've been doing the same type of group. I feel like they're getting a little bit dry. I need to change it up. This is an awesome opportunity to do that. And you know what? When you change it up sometimes, it makes you stand out as a coach. It makes you look different than other coaches who might be out there. Perhaps if someone's thinking of joining your challenge group or somebody else's challenge group, and they see that you're doing something just slightly different than everyone else, they're going to go for you. So just keep that in mind, is if you are feeling complacent with your groups, if you feel like your groups aren't interactive enough, what do you need to do to change it? What can you do to make it a little bit better? If you are a blogger, I just wanted to put together for you, because these are the things that I blog, especially in the month of December. Blogging, I try to do probably 2 to 3 times a week. When you are blogging during December, these are probably the most successful things that you are going to get traffic to. What people are most interested in, what people want to see. A lot of times I refresh blogs that I've done before. If you're just starting, don't be afraid to blog. It's pretty simple. There's a tutorial on my YouTube page too, if you need a little bit more information as well about that. So I definitely think that these are some of the things that you might be interested in if you are going to be blogging. And I'll have this on YouTube so you can just click back to it or rewind it if you want to. Rewind, I don't know if that's the word, so that you can check it out. So actually, guys, that is about all that I have for you tonight. I don't really have much else for you. So I think that is all I got. I appreciate your time. I think you guys are rock stars. I am excited for Max 30 to come out tomorrow. I am excited for you and your businesses and just a close to a phenomenal year. But I'm not going to lie, I am so excited for 2015. So let's finish the year strong. Let's really put our brains together. Let's think, let's throw ideas around in the Knockout Brigade, whatever's working for you. Thank you so much for taking your Monday night to talk with me, and I will see you in the Facebook world. Have a great night, guys.